Greetings and salutations everyone, and welcome back to another of my videos. Thank you so much for tuning in, and if this is your first time to my channel, welcome. I do appreciate having you here, stopping by. And of course, if you're returning to my channel, maximum respect, big up yourself, and thank you so much for all the support. If you are watching this video and you've not yet subscribed to my channel, go right ahead and hit that subscription button, and of course give the video a thumbs up. Now, I'm making this video in the heights of Hurricane Beryl, and I really have to do this video because each time there's a hurricane, I'm always reminded of my grandmother and my very first hurricane that I experienced in 1988, Hurricane Gilbert, and just how my grandmother stood up like a trooper for us in that house when the rains came. And so when I wrote my book, Grandma Chronicles, I hope you can see, right, when I wrote this book about my grandmother, the very first story in it was entitled, is entitled, as a matter of fact, Heroine in Hurricane Gilbert. And I thought I would read this story and share it with you here in YouTube world, you my YouTubers, as a ode to my grandmother. You know, and I always think about that moment whenever it comes. And so I hope you will sincerely enjoy this as I read it. And of course, just listen carefully, and so you can see why it is that this story means so much to me, and why is it that each time a hurricane comes around, I'm always reminded of her. So here goes. On that fated September 12 morning of 1988, the rains came tumbling down while my cousins and I were on our way to school. We rushed back inside the house with our raincoats on. All of us grandchildren, about 10 strong, holed up comfortably in our two-bedroom, desperately to see what was happening on the outside, especially after the heavy winds started. The rain continued torrentially. Hurricane Gilbert was in full effect. Grandma dutifully placed the coal stove by the door along with the bag of coal. The only space we had in the house now became our makeshift kitchen. Thank goodness, because by afternoon, nothing was left of our outdoor kitchen. But we had a problem. The water was seeping in beneath the door, heavily. Grandma piled up lots of old clothes behind the door to keep the water out, but by the time she was through cooking our dinner, the clothes behind the door was soaked and the water was running inside the house. Grandma quickly dried it up and applied more old clothing. By nightfall, it was pitch black. The electricity was out. We were ushered to bed earlier than usual, but we slept not. We sat up telling stories. Grandma sat on a chair by the door watching if the water would come in, and it did. But Grandma was there drying it all up so we wouldn't be flooded out. The wind outside was like a monster on a prowl. I don't know when we all fell asleep. I was awakened by the dripping sound of water. When I opened my eyes and looked, there was Grandma on her knees by the door, squeezing water from old clothes into a pan so that she could replace them. "Grandma, you now go sleep?" I asked groggily as I attempted to get up. "No better come down on the cold floor. Go on back at your bed," she said softly so not to wake the others. "Water still a come in? The floor wet up? Me can't help you wipe it up?" I asked a series of questions at once. "Jesus Christ, man. No bother with the question. You ask too much question, man. Just do a mess video and stay on the bed," she pleaded. "Me want pee-pee," I said quickly, in another attempt to get off the bed to see what was going on. "All right. Go on in my room, go use that the chimney, and don't wake up your grandfather," she permissioned. I slowly got up and made my way into the room, all the while watching what she was doing and feeling to see if the ground was wet. I pulled out the chimney but didn't pee. I returned and stood watching. I took up a piece of cloth and started wringing the water from it. She grabbed it from my hand. Good God Almighty, man. Me tell you if it tan pan your bed. You want to catch up cold and pneumonia? Storm out a door and nobody can carry you to hospital. So you will dead as it. Go back on the bed, man. Me no want no help. I quickly climbed back on the bed beside my cousins. Get on your ears so hard, I heard my cousin Omar uttered from beneath his sheet. If nobody else no get up, you'd have to get up, he continued. You chat too much, I responded heatedly. No tapping eyes in the house and mine and wake up on no grandfather. Grandma chastised. We fell quiet. She got to her knees and regained her spot on the chair. So you now go back on the bed, Grandma? I asked, still sitting up. Not yet. Too much water coming in. We can't afford to come in, Uno. With that, she folded her arms, hung her head, and continued her vigil. I decided to watch with her. The next time I became aware of my surroundings, it was morning, and Grandma was by now by the doorway making breakfast. Shortly after breakfast, Cousin Errol braved the weather to come and check on us. He saw some old clothes. Grandma told him about the water beneath the door. He thought for a while. Then, along with the boys in the house, quickly grabbed a sheet of zinc from the kitchen that was no longer standing and made a makeshift door that swung outward to keep the water off. We were excited because the zinc door allowed for the main door to remain open all day. We had a little more space and felt closer to outdoors. That night, Grandma slept soundly in her bed. There was no more fear of water coming inside on her grandchildren. Guys, what do you think about this story? Each time a hurricane comes around, I remember this kind of selfless love, this kind of sacrificial love that my grandmother really, poured out on all of us as her grandchildren. And I remember the experience of Hurricane Gilbert so vividly, and to recall the memory of her sitting on that chair just watching the water coming in, and each time it would come in, she would just sweep it out like a trooper. And then she really didn't sleep, because by the time you blink, she was there in the morning making breakfast for us. And every time there's an hurricane, I always remember her for this. My grandmother transitioned in 2022, which was one of the most devastating periods of my life. However, I continue to feel her love in all the things that I do. And so, as Hurricane Beryl is passing through Jamaica at this time, right, I had to share this story because the memory of her, it just kept coming back. And so I thought I would share it with you. This book, it's available on Amazon. If you like the story, give the video a thumbs up. You can get a copy of this book on Amazon as well. It's called Grandma Chronicles. So you can go get your copy and you can read all the other stories about her. It's in memory of her, with all the things that, she would have done with us and how we enjoyed her, and the kind of love and the daringness of her and the boldness of her spirit and her strength that is captured in this particular book. And so anybody who is actually thinking about getting a copy and you're wondering if it's a good book, you can also go ahead, read the reviews that are there on Amazon. That can also help you to make your decision. And so I'm going to share a few of the reviews with you. It says, this book is extremely well written in an engaging style where each chronicle comes to life like a movie. It accurately depicts the love between a grandmother and her grandchild, which is evident in the author's recollection of events and the playful relationship between the two. The personal insights, sensitive and poignant at times, forces the reader to understand the challenges faced and overcome by one woman who negotiated her path through life by putting her grandchildren first. Most importantly, it provides the reader a way to understand that in the end, the only thing that matters is the impact you leave. And this will be measured by the memories. Make good ones. A wonderful read. I'm going to share another one. Perfect from beginning to end. A must read. And here I'm going to share a third one. You can go on Amazon to read the others just for yourself. So here's the other one. This book is an exceptional read for many reasons. First one is you will laugh hard. I was so pleased to experience the vibrant personality of Grandma Blanche throughout this book. Her way with words will have you cracking up continuously. You will reflect hard too. Doreen is an extremely gifted writer who took time on a journey of self-reflection on why our parents took the disciplinary measures they did. Listen, I accept the compliment in this one, and I'm very gracious and grateful for it. I ended up with a renewed appreciation for my own upbringing in rural Jamaica. Finally, the author's authenticity is second to none. She laid bare her experiences and welcomed the fact that while there might have been more progressive parenting styles, that her grandma Blanche meant well, and that in retrospect, she appreciates every experience. For me, Grandma Blanche is a visionary, and she entertained high hopes for her grandkids. Whether you are looking for your next good read, want to take a stroll down memory lane, or want a good belly full of laugh, this is the book you should get. Right? So those are just few of the reviews that are there, and there are several others. You can check them out. I am going to put the link in the description for you below, so you can quickly just click the link and it will take you directly to the book on my Amazon page in case you are interested. And you can also just go and read the reviews for yourself, just so you can see what everybody else is saying about it. You can get a chance to read as well the summary of the text, and then you can go ahead and make your decision about whether or not you would like to purchase. But I promise you it's a very good read and you will not regret Grandma Chronicles by Doreen Reed. Alright, so let me know what exactly has been your experience with hurricane. How is it that your grandmother, your mother, or any other relative would have assisted you in getting through any hurricane whatsoever? Or tell me, how is it that you yourself are coping with Beryl as it is passing through Jamaica? And of course, all the peeps in the other islands, Barbados, Grenada, St. Vincent, who would have already experienced it. My heart goes out to all those persons who have lost their homes or severely damaged, or who have lost family members. And so just stay safe, everybody. Be strong, be prepared, be vigilant, and just watch. This too shall pass. Alright, so let me know what are your own thoughts on the story in the comments, and also just share with me what your experience has been with any previous hurricane or this particular hurricane. Alright, until I make another video, you take care, walk good, stay blessed, stay safe. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, share, and of course comment and subscribe to my channel.